This is Major TV and this is brought to you by Major. Like and subscribe to get your notifications. Couldn't do it without you, need your full participation. And we giving back, this is your appreciation. Tune in daily, get your positive vibrations. Learn different words in your own native language. Learn being black ain't all about slavery. Put that in the school book, it's part of education. We need to rewrite it, need some better information. Like how we built the pyramids and formed our own nation. Visit different continents and then try to invade them. Way before Columbus, but that ain't none of these pages. It's all just rumors, just a bunch of speculation. But why I never admit every hero is Caucasian? Even white people starting to say this shit is racist. Like how they talking to blacks for this vaccination. This is Major TV and this is brought to you by Major. Like and subscribe to get your notifications. Do it without you, need your full participation. And we giving back, this is your appreciation. This is Major TV and this is brought to you by Major. Like and subscribe to get your notifications. Do it without you, need your full participation. And we giving back, this is your appreciation. Appreciate the views and appreciate the comments. Keeping it real, always giving you this content. Hoping that my people don't take nothing out of context. Giving you
Hey, my people, what's going on? This is Major Tune and Major TV. Let's talk. I see 20 viewing. All right, cool. Do me one favor. Like the video, share it. We have a very special guest, somebody I learned about through watching OC the Great. Shout out to OC the Great. Y'all come in the comments. Y'all ask your questions. Y'all do the normal. You want to stay where you're from? Cool. You have any questions in the sidebar comments? We can do that. But I was privy of learning about the brother through OC the Great. I was doing a blog on him, but I hadn't done it because I wanted to have a real sit down with him. I didn't want to write nothing about him and not know anything about the brother and whatever, and how he felt or whatever. I was just watching videos. Because of this this live, I may have to revamp the blog, but y'all know now, y'all know I have a website, MajorTvLetsTalk.com. I'm putting stuff on print by blogging or posting articles as well as I'm doing videos, among other things and what have you. But let me shout out some people that came through for introduce our guests. We got Blast first, second, and third. Hello family for coming through. R Radio, hello everyone. B1 first, thank you for coming through. Patron the Gentles, shalom brother, how you doing? Hello everyone alive. Thank you for coming through, Patrona. Just be cool. Shalom brothers and sisters. Thank you for coming through. My girl Leslie Smith, shalom Made TV, beautiful family. Revolutionary 2, peace and blessings, B1 family. Feel free to come through. You know, once the live start, I won't get to all these comments. I won't get to y'all acknowledging y'all till after the live and whatnot. But if you have questions for this brother, please do. Brother man, LPRSZ, revolution is the only solution. Thank you so much for coming through. But this brother, like I said, I first seen him at the courthouse, Glenn County Courthouse in Brunswick, then in Minnesota, and then on OC the Great, and then I seen him in Minnesota. And I had a chance to watch the giveaway. They have a training about to take place. And I started to find out about this brother. So I started writing something about him and whatnot. And I knew somebody that was a part of it. So I called and got the connection. So we have talked and whatever. And now he's here. And I definitely want to present him. Thanks, Tone Loaf, for coming through. Grand Rising, brother. Grand Rising, much love. I want to introduce the national chair, the Line of Judah Armed Forces, Nasiy X. Welcome. How you doing, brother? Shalom.
What's going on? Peace and blessings. Shalom, Hotep, Assalamu alaikum, and both they symbol Mimi to all my brothers and sisters that scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Greetings. Thank you for having me, brother.
No problem, man. It's a pleasure. As I was talking about the intro, that kind of learned about you, seeing you on in the media as far as in the paper when you was in y'all in um Brunswick. I think Glenn County Courthouse, something like that. And then I seen OC Great China. But tell everybody, man, because I know you have been redundant and echoing the same thing, but tell everybody the reason for the inception of the Lions of Judah Armed Forces, and what's your goal and mission as far as in the community?
Most definitely, most definitely. Well, the line of Judah Armed Forces, was put together because at first we was already doing work in the community, long before, the line of Judah Armed Forces came into, existence as an actual force. Um, so we was already in the community doing work. Uh, you know, uh, we had many great people, mentors that was amongst us, such as Minister Quanah Lex, who was also under the leadership of Dr. Khalib Abdul Muhammad, even Malik Zulu Shabazz. Whether people may feel certain ways, et cetera, et cetera. These are great mentors and people who have experience over 30 plus years, in fighting for the revolution of our people, fighting for the liberation of our people. You know what I'm saying? So many great mentors that have been mentoring me for a while. So the line of Judah Armed Forces, I'm gonna just go over the mission statement. It says, "What is our mission? The line of Judah Armed Forces. The mission is to help free the chosen nation from mental, physical, and spiritual bondage, while uniting the chosen nation after being taught self-hate and division for over 400 plus years throughout the four corners of the earth. We must teach and obey the code of conduct, self-accountability, rules, and regulations in our homes, community, nation, throughout all of the lives to bring forth order, discipline, morals, love for our true living Elohim, self-respect, love for each other as the chosen nation, studying the importance of being self-sufficient while structuring ourselves and becoming an independent nation again, and in staying set apart from the world of the Gentiles that practice lawlessness. Take action in implementing the seriousness in protecting our women, children, brothers, sisters, elders, and the nation as a whole in righteousness, instructing lessons, classes on sisterhood, modesty, and becoming virtuous women, parenthood, culture, ancestral, traditional, dietary laws, and more. So basically, unlearn the lies and rebirth the mind, bringing change to the chosen nation. As the book of Ezekiel, the scrolls says, Ezekiel 37, awaken those dry bones. So that is the whole purpose and the mission that we're bringing forth to the community, while especially doing work in the community and seeing the condition that our brothers and sisters are residing in the community, and noticing that a lot of our brothers and sisters in the community, even children and youth, do not have the proper guidance when it comes down to morals, when it comes down to instruction, when it comes down to any type of order, the divine order. Every nation on the face of the earth has order, have structure, except the so-called black man and black woman. And this is the reason why you see the gun is continuing to be pointed at ourselves, at each other. This is the reason why you see the drugs being sold to our beloved sisters and elders and brothers in the community. This is the reason why you see the plague continuing to happen amongst our people in the community, is because the rules and regulations, the laws and the instructions, the morals have been broken, and we have become extremely far away from these morals and these instructions. So it's important that we teach classes. That's why we have classes every Saturday, schools, lessons every Saturdays at 12 p.m. that I hold. It's a national, international meeting / class. And also Sundays, we have our beloved sister Tamar, Cody Tamar, who is the National Minister of Education and National Minister of Youth, that who hold classes every Sunday at 6 p.m., which is called the Lion of Judah Armed Forces Sisterhood class. And the reason why we're doing this is because it's very important that we start educating the minds of our sisters and our brothers, knowing that we are being attacked spiritually and mentally. The lies and deception that we have been fed for over 400 years to our people. We have to start with us with the knowledge and wisdom and the understanding of the Most High. It's also turn back to the ways of our tradition and culture, because now our people have become extremely Hellenized as a nation of people who are partaking and following the ways of their oppressors. We can't continue to keep saying black power, black power, black power, and throw the fist in the air, which represents unity, if we ourselves is continuing to partake after white supremacy. If we ourselves is continuing to partake after the ways of these Gentiles. You'll be surprised how many people go out and say Black Lives Matter, and how many people scream they want change, but don't even realize that the change starts from within, and the change starts from us setting ourselves apart away from these Gentiles. Whether people may like it or not, the truth is the truth. We must turn back to our customs and traditions first, and learn our customs and traditions and partake and follow after them. And they also need to be taught. Because if we're going to continue to keep following after the oppressor's ways and continue to worship the oppressor's gods and deities, which every single holiday that we reside under and partaking after all falls hand in hand with the oppressor's deities. It's all worship of their gods, their deities, and it can be proven. You know what I'm saying? It can be proven. So this type of education need to be brought forth. This knowledge and wisdom need to be brought forth to the youth and the community, so they're educated on self, and they're also educated with about the matrix that they reside in today. So that's why we hold classes, and it's very important that we hold these classes and be consistent with these classes. And one thing for sure is that everyone will not be saved. Everyone will not be saved. We will do the work to the best of our ability. You know, and as our ancient scrolls and our ancestors said, is that many are called, but few are chosen. And he also says that my brothers and sisters who are chosen shall hear my voice. So as brothers and sisters who are out here fighting for the liberation of black people, the black nation, they will take hold onto the knowledge and wisdom, and as what we are stating. But it's also written, according to the scrolls of our ancestors, that the wicked shall perish for what? A lack of knowledge. It says the wicked shall perish for a lack of knowledge. And then he also says that my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. So when the Creator is telling us that the indigenous nation have been destroyed for a lack of knowledge, that means we must educate ourselves and know the importance on self first, and know and learn about our ancient ancestors and our history. So that's why we are teaching these classes, as well as doing work in the community day in and day out.
I won't lie, that's a big feat. That's a big feat to accomplish, considering that people have been doing this since day one. I mean, even in slavery, you know, trying to identify our roots and our history. And then post-slavery and what have you, even currently, you have a lot of people echoing those same sentiments. My question to you is, knowing how things are in America particularly, how can you separate yourself from a lot of people that's speaking the way they speak, but not as genuine, you know, have questions about their character, as well as a lot of them do not know how to work together, meaning we saying the same thing, we singing the same song. It's just we're not in harmony, you know. I think that's a feat that you're gonna be dealing with. How can y'all separate? Well, how will y'all separate yourself from everyone else?
Well, that goes back to, you know, we have in the line of Judah Armed Forces, we have something that's called the rules and regulations, the code of conduct, and the basic instructions before leaving Earth. That every member who joins, they have to read everything that is said, that is written, and basically this, all of this, the rules, regulation, code of conduct, the basic instructions before leaving Earth, it all deals with and goes over the importance of self-love, self-respect, respect for your brother, respect for your sister, and respect for the village as a whole, which is the Black nation, and how to treat each other. You see what I'm saying? If we do not have or implant order within the nation, that's where it falls off. That's why you have so much division amongst the Black nation. It's because the rules and regulations, the basic instructions before leaving Earth, the instructions, the divine order that the Almighty have set and left for us have been broken. People is barely upholding them anymore as a nation. So, for example, within the line of Judah Armed Forces, envy, jealousy, hatred, slander, gossip, all of these things. This is just a small portion of what's written in there. Also adultery, and treating our women as prostitutes and whores and etc. All of this is in the instruction manual. So we, as the line of Judah Armed Forces, we must uphold these instructions. We must uphold them to the point of I'm not gonna go on social media platforms and slander my brother Major TV. I'm not gonna go on YouTube to slander you. I'm not gonna go on Facebook to slander you. If I got an issue or a problem with my brother Major TV, I'm gonna bring it to my brother Major TV in private and deal with it as adults with 2 to 3 witnesses, and that's how you establish a problem. So this is the reason why you see so much division amongst us as a Black nation, is because the rules and regulations is being broken. Nobody have respect for them whatsoever. So that's why you see all of this madness going on. But once again, that's why I stated that many are called, but few are chosen. So, it's going to be certain brothers and sisters that you're going to be able to work with, as well as going to be certain brothers and sisters that you're not going to be able to work with. But just because I may not be able to work with my fellow brother and sister, that don't mean that I'm going to go online to slander my fellow brother and sister. You feel what I'm saying? I love my brothers and sisters. As well, I always have to remember is that everybody who is calling themselves a revolutionary, or everybody who is fighting for the liberation of Black people, everybody are not always in the right state of mind set. Some of these brothers and sisters that's a part of this are still battling with the plagues of the world. They're still lukewarm. They still have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. So patience is mandatory when it comes to our brothers and sisters. We have to be patient, just as well as the true living Elohim is patient with us. We have to be patient with our fellow brothers and sisters as well. So that's always key. But Most High will that one day, someday, all of us can get it together and realize the bigger picture and understand who the true enemy is.
There are 2 questions. One want to know where you're located. Another question is, how can they start a chapter?
Okay, most definitely. We are located at the national headquarters of the Line of Judah Armed.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm gonna cut you. I'm gonna flash the questions when I ask you. I'm gonna flash on the screen. We can see them as well.
Most definitely.
You can answer the question. I'm just gonna flash it so you can see it, because these 2 questions, Max, I would like to see it as well.
Most definitely. So our beloved sister Leslie Smith, she said, "How do one start a chapter?" All right. So first off, how you start a chapter is I will give my beloved brother Major TV our email address, because we have a national email address where brothers and sisters who's willing to start a chapter, they can reach contact and they'll reach out to, and then our national chief of staff will reach back out to you, send you a sign up form, because we got a form where you sign up, and after the sign up form, you will leave your number on the form, and then I will contact you personally with 2 to 3 brothers on the line, and we will do a conference call to get you set up in your city and state. I just want to make something clear though, all right, because we get this question a lot, so I'm not attacking you at all, my beloved sister Leslie, but I just want to make this clear, just out of experience and constantly seeing it over and over. We get that question all the time. But please, my beloved brothers and sisters, understand this, that if you are willing to start a division and you are willing to, actually put in the work, please be ready and take this extremely serious and know that consistency, you being reliable, you being dependable is everything when joining the line of Judah Armed Forces. Please do not reach out to us for the moment being just because you see the interview and you hear it or you get excited so you want to be a part of something. If you just only want to be a part of something, just to be a part of it, but don't want to put in the work for the community and for your people, it may not be for you. And I say that because when you join the line of Judah Armed Forces, you have to put in the work. We are not brothers and sisters who talk. We are brothers and sisters who's in the community all of the time. No matter what division you reside in, you gotta be putting in the work in the community, whether it's police brutality or whether it's crime that we commit against each other and ourselves, whether it's feeding the community, whether it's clothing the community. The work must be done because there's brothers and sisters and the youth out here calling and crying out for help. So we want brothers and sisters who is going to endure until the end when they're joining, and understand that this right here is something that you're going to do until the death of you. And I say that because every apostle or every prophet or every Messiah that came in the flesh for the black man and black woman, all of them endured until the end, meaning they all worked and could continue to do the work for the black nation until they was called home. So, beloved brothers and sisters, please, if you are interested in joining the line of Judah Armed Forces, you can email us at tlojgc@gmail.com. That's tlojgc@gmail.com. All right. And you can reach us there, and then we'll send you all of the information that you need when it comes to rules and regulations, code of conduct, and so much more. And we will move forward to get you set up in the division where you reside at. We are located in Minnesota. The national headquarters is located in Minnesota. Okay. So, Sister Leslie, I pray that we'll see an email from you so we can move forward with it.
Is that the email right there?
Peace and blessings.
That's the email right there, brother?
Yes, sir. That's the national headquarters email address. Yes, sir. Thank you, Major.
All right, let's get to what you said, because the brother, everything that you just said, do the work. Now, we know you're teaching. We know you got Sister Cody teaching. But what is the work? Let's talk about the work, because it can be real hard, probably. Real dangerous, what the work is.
Well, like I was saying, the work, we have to focus. For example, a brother came to me and said, brother, everything starts in the house first. And I said, brother, you are absolutely right. You are absolutely right that everything starts at home first. And then the brother said, but the mother and the father is off drugs. The mother and father's gone. So these children is gone. So, brother, you wasting your time trying to save these hard-headed, these brothers out here shooting and killing each other and selling drugs. Brother, these brothers is gone. You wasting your time. The nation over with. They shut down the Black Panthers. They shut down everything we had going on. Every hope. MLK, Malcolm X, they shut them down. Every hope we had, they shut them down, brother. You're wasting your time. And I said, well, my beloved brother, you have to understand this. You have to look at us as a village. You got to look at us as a village, as a family, as a united front, to the point of, if I know that these brothers, their parents is out here suffering from drug addiction, alcohol abuse, and I know and I see it, but I have the wisdom, the knowledge and understanding, and I have decoded the matrix. So I no longer reside in this matrix because I have decoded it. And I see what my brothers and sisters is going through. It is my job to reach out and give a helping hand to this young brother and this sister that is caught up in the ways of this matrix, by feeding them education, by feeding to them the morals, the laws, statutes, the instructions, the divine order, and giving them knowledge of self. And also providing programs. And when I say programs, I'm referring to programs that is within the Black community, that's ran by Black entrepreneurs. That's the start of it. But one thing we would never do is turn our back on our brothers. As this beloved brother was telling me, to just leave it alone. I'm wasting my time. The families is gone, etc., etc. No, we are a village. Every child that's out here running wild, and you have decoded the matrix, you have the knowledge of understanding, you were supposed to warn that child. You were supposed to warn that child by teaching that child righteousness, and the righteousness is the morals and the divine order. Am I saying that every child is going to grasp it and understand it? Absolutely not. All of them is not going to grasp this or understand it. But at least you're trying. At least you're trying. I'm sorry to say, we're not going to be able to save everyone. Even when you look at the ancient chronicles and our ancient scrolls of our ancestors, when the children of Israel came out of Mizraim, which is Egypt, right? And they went into the wilderness of sin, which is also written in the book of Midbar, or the book of Numbers. You see, the Most High have rose up Moshe, the black man, Moses, unto the children of Israel, to give them guidance, to teach them the morals, to teach them the divine order and instructions. He taught it to them. And if you continue to read all the way down into the promised land, you will see how many actually made it into the promised land and how many of them perished, showing you that everyone will not be saved. But at the same time, as the book of Ezekiel says, when we warn our youth, we warn our children, we teach them, because we need more teachers. We need more sisters as teachers. And when I say sisters as teachers, I'm talking about we need sisters, strong sisters, that's creating a sisterhood program and that have a building where they can bring more sisters off of them streets. Because our women, our sisters, our daughters is struggling from prostitution. They're struggling, they're being whoremongers, partaking after whoremongers, a whoremongering behavior. So we need more sisters to get out there and be like, hold on, enough is enough. Not while I'm alive, not while I'm on my watch. You're not going to do this. Come on in, sister, we're going to get you some help. And these are the programs that need to be set up all throughout our communities. Wherever there's a division of the Line of Judah Armed Forces reside at, we need programs like this. we need a sisterhood in every state, every city. We need a sisterhood where these sisters is actually taking the time to work and focus on these sisters and be consistent with teaching the morals, the instructions, and the laws. And once again, every sister you bring in, all of them sisters ain't gonna come back, because many are called, but few are chosen. So that is just the start on the work that we do in the community with these brothers that's gang banging, with these brothers that's killing each other, with the sisters and brothers that's off of these drugs. They're addicted. And you know, even the crime that we commit against ourselves, whatever's going on in our community, we can resurrect and save some of these souls. So that's the work that we need to put in. We also need to address the crime that we're committing against ourselves. How many people do you see out here addressing the crime that's going on and that we commit against ourselves? And we know that the enemy, the oppressor, these modern day Roman and Greeks, we know that they are the ones who put us in this, how we got in this condition. But we can't just continue to blame them. We got to do something ourselves after because once you know better, you would do better. So we got to do something ourselves to be able to address these crimes in our community, because we got babies dying, getting hit and shot with stray bullets. We got over 60,000, 70,000 black women coming up missing, kidnapping through sex trafficking. We got all of this madness going on in our communities, that a lot of it's being committed against those who look like us. So when we see something, we say something. And we ain't got to go to the police about it, but we can be our own police force. And not only that, we educate and edify these people when we hold press conferences, news conferences, prayer vigils, memorials for these families. And also when the news come out there, that is the time we use the oppressors' media to educate and edify our community from the crimes and things that's taking place. Whatever tragedy it was, and when you out there with that family and the news come out there, we need to use their media to educate and put the message out there to our brothers and sisters in the community, and be consistent with it, because somebody gonna eventually listen. So we have brother Anthony. He says, what about ex-felons? Seems like the group only want legal people. Well, my beloved brother Anthony, we never said that we only want legal people, brother. That's never came out of my mouth. Felons is always welcome, okay? The only thing about us is that you must be a brother who's willing to partake after righteousness. Righteousness does not mean you can't be a felon. No, because we know that the system was set up against the black man and black woman in the first place. The Most High have always given us chances and have been forgiven towards us when we have fallen short of the glory of the Most High. He have forgiven us. But this demonic system that we reside in, that is ran by the oppressors, soon as a black man or woman do one wrong thing, they're quick to throw a felony on your record. And after they throw a felony on their record, it makes it completely hard for you to live your life afterwards, even though if you're a man or woman who have repented for the wrong that you have done and have changed your life, they still want to attach a felony to your record. See, but we here at the Lion of Judah Armed Forces, we have programs that work with felons. We also offer jobs and resources that are also ran by black entrepreneurs who have their own businesses that will hire felons. See what I'm saying? The only thing we ask is, as long as brothers, we don't allow, when we carry our firearm, our Second Amendment, etc., we don't allow fellas to carry, because it's for your safety and it's for our safety. And the enemy is waiting for one screw up. That's it. Just one screw up. And that's how people get infiltrated. So my beloved brother Anthony, if you are willing to start a division where you are at, reach that email address and we'll get you set up, my beloved brother.
Hey, I want y'all to do, first and foremost, share the video, like the video. I see this brother communicating Millie Bay about GMJ, what have you. We can't give energy to people like that. And we entertain that. We take it our mind off what the discussion about. Don't worry about what he's saying. I see him. You know what I'm saying? I haven't decided to block him yet, but I see what he's saying. But y'all have to stay focused on the conversation. There's gonna be people, even when this chat is over with, they're gonna be people in the comments saying things. Sometimes I delete, sometimes I let it be there. We cannot give power to people's words and negativity, and we entertain and distract the whole conversation. Right now, I want to ask about the situation that happened in Brunswick, Glen County, as well as Hanukkah and Minnesota. Y'all was really talking that talk in Minnesota, you know, eye for eye, two for two. In each situation, tell me why you went down there. How it felt being out there, knowing that, you know, y'all was boots on the ground, you was armed, and you had a message, a very direct message. Tell me about the experience and why y'all went out there.
Well, we went to, first off, I would like to say my condolences to the family of our beloved brother, Ahmaud Arbery, who was shot and killed and murdered, brutally shot dead in the streets like an animal down in Brunswick, Georgia, by three white supremacist vigilantes who hunted him down, who pre-organized every single thing before actually doing it. So, our deepest condolences to the family of Ahmaud Arbery. We went down to Brunswick, Georgia, after receiving a call from our beloved brother Malik Zulu Shabazz, who was also standing in solidarity in many different organizations down in Brunswick, Georgia. Okay. And when we went down there, we basically was providing security for the family and for the community. Okay. To make sure there was no white supremacists, or make sure there was no harm or anything that came towards the community and the brothers and sisters and the family of Arbery's that was practicing their rights and their freedom of speech when they was actually doing the conference. Our beloved brother Malik Zulu Shabazz is a black attorney, which fights for, the black lawyers attorney who's fights for black people and the family. Malik Zulu Shabazz went into the courtroom, sat with the family, saw what was actually going on in the courtroom, and brought everything to the light. At the press conference, news conference, and spoke on facts on what took place. When we was down there, we was just on the perimeters. We set up the perimeters to make sure there was no ambushes or possible ambushes or anything that would have taken place while we were down there, because the way that people came in, which was safely, we wanted people to return home safely back to their families and children, et cetera, et cetera. And note, there was many threats. So that was another reason why we went down there, because there was many threats that was being made. All right. So while we were down there, we had the defense attorney, we had attorneys that was coming outside. They was asking us questions because we had our guns out there, et cetera, et cetera. It was asking us questions why we were there, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then they ran back into the courtroom and told the judge they was trying to ask for a mistrial because we was out there standing in solidarity with the family. So the judge immediately denied it, because we have every right to practice our Second Amendment right, and we have every right, to protect the people. So, they was trying to find everything in their power to push their white privilege tactics, while residing in the courtroom, knowing that these three, white vigilantes, white supremacists are completely guilty for murder for this man. And they didn't shoot him with just a handgun. They shot him down with a shotgun. These are slugs. They shot this boy close range with a shotgun, and then had the nerves to turn around and play the victim as if they were the one in the wrong, as if not if that they was in the wrong, but as if they was the one in the right, and our beloved brother Ahmed Arbery was the one in the wrong. When clearly Ahmed Arbery was never a threat. He tried to flee 3 times. He ran from them 3 times. So therefore, he was never a threat in the first place, especially if he's trying to run away and get away. So, you know, it was just all folly, man. It just continues to show you after hundreds and hundreds of years since we've been here under the hands of these modern day Roman and Greeks, these oppressors, it clearly shows us till this day that the system that we reside under have not changed. It have not changed. These people continue to do everything in their power to try to push their white privilege tactics, man, after they murder a black man or a black woman, because even the Constitution said that we were 3/5 of a human being. And they already look at us as monkeys and apes and as if our lives don't even exist or matter. So that's why we went down to Brunswick, to stand in solidarity with the family of Ahmed Arbery to make sure justice was served.
What about the Heineken court up there in Minnesota behind Dante Wright killing him about his wife? You know, obviously I seen y'all out there too protesting and speaking about an eye for eye, tooth for tooth, limb for limb, life for life, black power, black power. Say his name.
Most definitely. Most definitely. Well, before Kimberly Potter, before the trial started, Kimberly Potter was already trying to use her white privilege. And what do I mean by that? Is that she was asking the judge to remove all of the cameras from the courtroom so we as citizens wasn't allowed to see the trial, right? So according to her white privilege, the judge granted it, right? So we, as the line of Judah Armed Forces, held a press conference with the family of Dante Wright, letting the people know, we the people know, that we are the citizens, the civilians who pay taxes. And we pay taxes, the police, all of them wouldn't have their uniform, wouldn't have their vehicles or anything if it wasn't for we the people who pay the taxes. So who the hell are you to sit up here and say that the cameras shouldn't be allowed in the courtroom? Who are you? For when we have all rights as citizens who pay taxes to see the trial and to make sure justice is served. So after we held that press conference, later on down the line, there was other things that happened. There was protests outside of her home. Next, you know, the judge reversed it, and the judge was like, all right, we're going to allow the cameras back into the courtroom. So now the cameras is in the courtroom. This is why everybody's able to see it. Once again, boots on the ground. You got to put in that work. Now you see Kimberly Potter using the white privilege cry. She's crying on stand. She's trying to pull Kyle Rittenhouse, one of those moves. You know, white privilege again, white cries, right? We say white cries always lie. So we didn't take that stuff seriously at all. When she crying and stuff, we didn't take that stuff serious because we already know the game. We know what's going on. You feel what I'm saying? And when you in that white skin in this white America, a lot of times you get your way. So the line of Judah Armed Forces and many different organizations, a New Black Panther Party, you know, came down here to Minnesota, to our headquarters, our turf. We held a press conference, news press conference, did a Second Amendment demonstration around the courthouse. We went around that board 3 times, and we was yelling and shouting. And we told them, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, limb for a limb, life for a life, black power, black power. And it went viral. And next, you know, we start getting attacked by all these white liberals and all these white people, and you nigger this and death threats and all this other stuff and etc. And I said, you know what? If you have a problem with the chant that we chanted, then America need to remove every Bible out of all the synagogues of Satan, all the churches, your Catholic church, your Christian church, remove all of the Bibles out of there. Because the chant that we chanted from comes from the book of Exodus or the book of Shemot. We chanted the laws of Moshe. So we have every right to chant what we have chanted. We had every right to do it. We wasn't wrong, but the community needs to understand that you don't got to sit up here and get punched in your face and turn the other cheek. You need to understand, black man and black woman, that self-defense is mandatory. Self-defense is your God-gifted right. So that's what we're referring to. Stand up, never be the aggressor, but always fight back and always defend yourself.
Let's talk about that, because I watched the interview OC the Great where you was talking about teaching people about the law. And that's one of the fine lines that our community, even if we know about the Second Amendment, even if we know about our Fourth Amendment, even if we know about our Fifth Amendment, to remain silent and what have you, which is Fifth Amendment got more stuff with it. Even if we know we have a right to attorney, under the Sixth Amendment, even though we know we got due process on the 14th Amendment, right? How can you convey it to our community? Because of the fact that we know systemically everything is working against us and we have to fight that. How can you penetrate, that brick wall? Because a lot of us, we can know better and don't do better. But I know a lot of us don't know about the law. So how will you be able to just share with the people effectively?
Well, that is something that, we teach and hold within our classes. And, we also teach within our community. And also myself, I am a licensed instructor, firearm instructor. So, I tell brothers and sisters that it's extremely important to get their firearm to protect themselves, to protect their families. And while at that, when they come to get their firearms and et cetera, their license to carry, all of that's being taught to them, the laws, their rights, and so much more, the laws of this land, and so much more, because you will be surprised that it is a lot of brothers and sisters that don't know the laws of this land. It is a lot of them, that don't know the laws of this land. So we do everything in our power to always address these topics and address these matters to brothers and sisters, within the community. But at the same time, you have people that they don't believe in the white man's laws. So if that's the case, that's their prerogative. But it's very important that, we educate ourselves, within while we reside in this land as well. So brothers and sisters can be aware of their rights. Because once you know your rights, police brutality can't just happen in front of you. Now you can build a lawsuit because you know your rights, and the police then it went against your rights as a citizen, and et cetera, et cetera. It happens all the time. So we must educate ourselves, within the laws of the land. So therefore, because knowledge is power. So we always bring forth that education as well to brothers and sisters who is willing to learn.
I'm a paralegal by trade, you know what I'm saying? So I've helped a lot of people get out of jail, file lawsuits. I want to feel them, right? And I'm trying to get around to teaching law. I'm just so busy. And I'm not saying teaching law, I'm just revealing stuff to you. I'm not an attorney, so I can't teach law, but I can share what I know with a disclaimer and what have you. But what you said is so true. Our people do not know the law, and they do not know how to go through a chain of commands in reference to addressing different grievances and what have you. But that's something we definitely talk about, discuss, and educate and hear with our community. But next question is, all right, the gun range. You come out to Atlanta next month. Talk to the people about that. If they can sign up and be a part of learning how to use a firearm and shooting and what have you. Share that with the people, please.
Yeah, most definitely. If brothers and sisters are willing and trying to get their license to carry, receive their rights, email us at the national headquarters email that Major TV have up, and also when you sign up and stuff, put that in the description. So we know what you're looking for and what you actually want, because every state and every city there's different laws. Certain states can open carry here in Minnesota, and certain states can't. Just like Minnesota can't go to certain states and open carry a pistol. You know, in certain states, Minnesota can go there and open carry a long gun. So, you know, it's you know, the trickery and the snares and the traps, it's a lot of them out here. So that's why it's very important to know your laws when it comes to firearms and firearm safety, and where you can and can't go, and how to properly travel as well. So you know, if brothers and sisters are interested in getting your license to carry, you know, put that in the description when you apply and sign up within Line Judah, and then we will get you set up in your state, most likely or possibly with a black entrepreneur or brother that's down there who's a licensed instructor as well, and then they will get you moving fluently. And also for felons that's out here, um, the hope is not over with. So don't think just because you may have a felon, there are certain felons that may stop you from getting your license to carry, but there are felons, you know, people who may have felons that where after they finished their time, their probation, they got off after probably about 5-6 years clean, being a law-abiding citizen, what they call it. You're able to possibly get your record expunged and then retrieve or go get your license to carry. So, you know, those are things that, you know, we will help you with as well as brothers and sisters.
Yeah, yeah. I have a question that I know is in the movement, like because I've been in the movement. I'm talking about politically for over a year, and I've seen a lot of missteps. And I have a couple questions. I've seen a lot of missteps. I've seen lack of real structural issues. I've seen a lot of in-house drama and fighting. Like, and there's no Pacific audience. I'm just my period. This thing I'm saying, right? Um, in that situation, let's say with your organization, do you have a council outside the room? Do you have a council set up with some kind of check and balance, and not just some dictator type situation? Do you have a council that do evaluate? And I know y'all young, so I'm just basically asking about the check and balance as far as the council, and not being on a one person rule. Like, you got the president, you got Congress, or you got the mayor, and you got the city councilman, or you got the governor, you got the state legislators. Do you have some kind of system set up whereas there's a check and balance, and do you have structure where if something happened to you, someone else come in place? If something happened to him, someone else take his place without any structural major malfunction where if something happened to the head, the body just fall.
Well, that's the, you know, that's sort of the same thing of with how a military is set up, or you know how the chain of command is in place in existence. Is that, you know, you have your national president, and you got your chief of staff and your minister of defense, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, you know, your main your leaders. Where the goal is for me to, and not just me, but for us to create more leaders within the organization. So therefore, you know, if like let's say that uh I couldn't make it to a maneuver and the news was there or something, um I would have my fellow brother who is knowledgeable in what we are doing. I would have him step up, and then when he steps up, he takes hold of it. He takes it control, and he does it in the right aspect, in the right manner. So most definitely, we have a table of committee, to the point of, you know, when there's issues and there's problems within the line of Judah Armed Forces, you know, it's sent, you know, receipt and paperwork is sent to the table of committee, and we righteously investigate it and righteously make judgment on behalf of the information we are given when dealing with any individual that the problem may reside on. So most definitely, we have the table of committee, and we have brothers and sisters to replace each other. You know, even when we're on post, you know, if one brother may need to use the restroom, another brother is supposed to replace him. So, it's all dealing with the chain of command. And as the day goes by, we are continuing to build more leaders and more people. So, the line of Judah armed forces can continue to prolong itself and continue to keep moving on in righteousness for the people.
Like I know your organization needs donations. How can you set yourself apart from organizations that get donations and don't show the community what they're doing, and they taking so many withdrawals and less deposits? And from what I'm seeing, you're automatically putting out deposits. Um, and I kind of like contradicted the question, but I'm gonna go back to what I'm saying. How can you assure the people when they invest, whenever they donate your organization, because you're about to get a truckload of donations a little bit. How you can assure the people that they can trust and depend on when they invest in your organization by donating it, that you can secure them with knowing that their donations are not in vain, it's being utilized for the help of the organization and for the community. And I
Well,
was
that's by.
I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I thought you were still on. Well, we show that through the work. Okay. Donations will go towards traveling fees, not just traveling fees only, but hotel fees, transportation fees, food, and then also when we do like community giveaways, whether it's a winter coat drive or any type of drive in the community, a food drive, or whatever we're doing in the community, that's where the money goes back into, because doing a community coat drive, you
How
got to
did they
come up
go
with the
anyway? How did
funding.
they go?
Huh?
How did that community giveaway last week went?
Oh, it went cool. We did the community. People saw it. You know what I'm saying? Every single thing wasn't given away. Because it was a major snowstorm. But we got another community drive that's coming up in 2 weeks, because now we're in the brutal zero below weather here in Minnesota. So all of that stuff will be televised. It will be shown on camera. If people's friends with me on social media, on Facebook, Nasiy Nasir, people can follow. They can see the work that we're putting in, so they can see that their money isn't going in vain. And that's one thing that we do, is always stay on the move and always put in the work. But one thing is for sure is that I want to make this statement, is that our brothers and sisters, that when they donate, they want to know, how could we see where the money's going, et cetera, et cetera. But one question that I'm never asked is, how much money have I came out of my own pocket to invest into the items, invest into the products, invest into every single thing to give back to the community. I'm talking about my own pockets. I have spent thousands of dollars out of my own pocket, giving back to the community and investing into items and so forth, and nobody asks me anything. I get a hey, thank you, and keep doing what you're doing, et cetera, et cetera. But nobody seems to care about how much money is coming out of my pocket and the work that I'm doing into the community. And I'm not bringing that up to brag or to boast or do anything, but I'm saying that it should be both ways. Brothers and sisters should, ask about my concern. Hey, I see, how are you getting the funding to buy the things that you are getting? How are you getting the funding to buy the food that you're giving to do the food giveaway? How are you getting the funding to receive, to buy the items for your coat giveaways for this zero below winter, and blankets for these people that's out here living in tents, that's dying in zero below weather? Nobody seems to never ask me that. Never.
All
But
right.
when it comes down to them investing and trying to keep brothers afloat, they want to have some type of track on what they're actually invested into. But at the same time, that's fine. It's fine. But you will be able to see it through the work. The work is no doubt you'll be able to see it. You see where it's going. You see the giveaways. You see it going out. You see it giving back to the community and so much more. And many brothers and sisters that know me knows exactly it's to be true. I don't steal. I don't rob. That's against the
But,
Torah. That's against our instruction manual. We don't do that. Thou should not steal from the
but,
poor. Thou should not steal from your people. We don't do that at all. So
but,
there's never no worries there.
but in fairness to the people, because same with me, I do a lot behind the scenes, money wise, and I've never asked for donations on my channel. People just trying to follow to give it to me, but I'm not doing the work you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the community. When I take that back, I'm doing some stuff you're doing, but as far as being going for the courthouse, no, I'm not doing that. But I've been in front of the courthouse. I mean, my gun rights been on suspended too, so I'm waiting to come back. Hopefully, next year, But to make a long story short, in fairness, because of there's a lot of fraud in the movement, a lot of fraud, a lot of selling of our trauma and commercializing. I do understand why. I'm not saying it's right, but I do understand why that they feel the way they feel, because people literally taking the money and then saying almost like F you. So I do agree, man. And I just have to ask you this, though, because this is a big concern for me. And I'm going to just ask you a real question. How you feel, because I feel, all right, how you feel about capitalism affecting the movement? Because I think capitalism affecting the movement a lot, because people are buying bigger homes, nice cars. You have people that's asking for the donations, creating situations, and then charging the people after they create the situation. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see how you feel about capitalism and the movement, because there's nothing wrong with making money. I have no problem with that. But when we selling trauma in our community, we commercialize the movement, and a lot of time those donations get caught up in all that. How you feel about that?
Well, my beloved brother, now I'm not going to say that capitalism is right. I'm not going to say that. One thing we would have to ask ourselves before we question our next brother is, are you asking yourself that question when you're going Christmas shopping, which is the holidays are in place for them to capitalize off your dollar bill? You don't got an issue. We don't got an issue with putting money in the white man's pocket. We don't got an issue with, them giving them billions of our dollars on Christmas and on all the holidays. We don't got an issue with it. We don't question nothing. We just say, oh, we're doing it for the kids. But we fail to realize that the white man, that's capitalism. They're capitalism off of the black dollar. We don't say nothing about white supremacy and how they have all of these pagan holidays set up to capitalize off our black dollars. So we have to start there first. We have to.
But I don't agree with you saying that, because a lot of this started in Africa and they just whitewashed it. Communism, socialism, all that out of Africa. Capitalism too. They just put evil with it. That's all it was. I'm not talking about brainwash people, because I don't celebrate Christmas. I know a lot of people don't celebrate Christmas. I know a lot do. I'm talking about the people in the movement. That's my concern. The people in the movement.
No. I was about to get there. There, but I was just speaking from a broadband, because we can't ignore one and just speak on the other. We gotta speak on both of them, because that's an issue.
Too long to make it right neither.
Right.
Regardless of what the white folks doing, we don't have to do it too. And that's the reason why we're in the bed. That's why we sleep with them right now, because we're doing what they do. And we got to keep that in mind. When you talk what they're doing, all right, they're going to do what they do. But what about us? We have to have some kind of moral character.
But that's why we have to, for us to be free and to break that cycle, we have to mentally remove ourselves from that mental slavery.
I agree.
You see what I'm saying? We got to remove ourselves. We got to unlearn the line and rebirth the mind. So once our people see, look, I gotta quit giving my dollar over here because they're capitalizing off of us. But then we come and see the ill will and sin within our brother, and then go on social media and blast them all over the place. But at the same time, you got your child sitting on Santa Claus' lap. talking about some damn Christmas gifts. So I understand what you're saying. But now let's go into the community. The Messiah have said that for the love of money is the roots of all sorts of evil. So we see that money have played a major part in the destruction and downfall of us as a nation of people. Straight up. And this have been written from our ancient ancestors time after time after time. And it's even have been written in the book of Jeremiah, about how the pastors or people within that time was robbing the people, they own people, black people. So even today, we see the capitalism that's going on, and we call them sellouts. You know, we call certain brothers and certain, you know, people who's living that lifestyle, and is using and abusing the community and stealing from the poor. We call those sellouts. We don't get along with brothers and sisters who's doing that to our people. We communicate and talk to those people, because even here where I reside at in Minnesota, you got the same sellouts who look just like us. All skin folk ain't kin folks. They look just like us, but they only show up and they only doing work in the community for a paycheck. That's it. While we're running around here doing dang near everything for no money at all. But every time, if all they have to do is show up just for an interview, and they're being paid a paycheck, or they just show up on a scene to be seen on TV because they have a 501c3 organization through the government, and they get paid a paycheck just for being seen on the TV. So we see it all the time that brothers and sisters and people is robbing our people, poor in the community, and then all the money they're receiving, it's not going back to the community. None of it. How is it that we have all of these pastors, we have all of these different organizations, black organizations within the community that is making all of this money, but there are still boarded up buildings that are vacant within the black community that money could be invested into, and we can build a Black Wall Street or some type of more museums or something where our children can have something to do. But instead, they receive this money and they're putting it into all of this lavish lifestyle and all these things. We see it all the time, and it's not right. So, you know, those are things that we also address as well, and we want to make sure that we're set apart from those actions, period. In general, we don't want nothing to do with, you know, robbing our people or robbing the poor and et cetera, et cetera. But I do want to say something about the houses. See, when we look at every king or every leader, right? Why is it that the president is protected by people who will die? They will put their lives on the line to protect the president. And also, these leaders, they got a place to lay their head at that is away from being within the matrix where they're fighting against the crime and things that's going on. Why is it that they are set apart from that? Why is it that they can reside in safety and peace with their family but still fight for what's right? But when it comes to us as black people, and we got leaders and stuff that's out here putting their lives on the line for other black people, and then they invest into us, now all of a sudden it's a problem if a brother go buy him a gated house for his protection and for his family's protection, because being a black Messiah out here in the community is putting our lives in danger. And also, we see that many of our past messiahs and ancestors, such as MLK, Malcolm X, and many other leaders, have all died or were shot and murdered because they were standing up trying to fight for black people. So my question is this: is it right for people to get mad at me if I put together a national chairman's fund and say, hey, I want brothers and sisters to donate to me for my safety? Can brothers and sisters donate to me for my safety so I can get me a home that is protected with some dogs and enough land so I can continue to keep fighting and I ain't got to worry about being shot and killed? Would I be wrong if I do that or say that?
I feel like the movement ain't built on that. I feel like when you get in the movement, you should have your stuff together. As far as expecting what the people gonna do, I know put faith in people to protect me personally. I just don't think like that. Like before I even started my YouTube channel, I told my girl 3-4 years ago, I said, before I start, let me get my money right. So if I go to jail, I got a lawyer. Now my money right, I can get a lawyer because I already know they're gonna come for me. I already know they're gonna come for us. And I'm not gonna say it's wrong, but you don't hear leaders speaking like that. You feel me? Malcolm, see, the reason why I can't compare modern day people to Malcolm and Malcolm, they went all the way. A lot of people, when they get punched, like when the fighters be fussing, they be like, I'm gonna knock you out. Other ones say, yeah, as soon as you get punched, the whole fight change. Sometimes we get punched, the whole fight change. So for me, I don't see people really with all the way. They do just enough to get their shine and what have you, but going all the way, you don't hear about those doing that. And in my opinion, I just feel like we have to prepare for the worst regardless. And as far as the donations and people help, they should help us regardless. Like if I go to jail, I don't feel like I should ask them to go for me. I don't feel like I should go for me. You know what I'm doing, donate. These people know what you're doing, donate. You put it out there, we need such and such, such and such. See, my point, you should have to say that. It should be automatic. And when you got to mix it, like I tell people, when it's in you, when it's in you, when it's in you, it's in you. When it's not, it's not. Everybody has an it factor. Everybody don't have that attractive personality, those fine, eloquent words. Everybody don't have that plan, that grand scheme, and that's cool. You might be talented in other areas, but at the same time, don't get discouraged. You still stay in the fight. But I really feel like we have to prepare ourselves for the fight, for the war. You can't war with nobody. You don't have no money. You can't. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, a lot of things at the underground, not above ground. I see a lot of people don't know anything about conflict management. If organizations don't even know how to understand the personality of their group, how to have things organized. So, for me personally, I feel like when you're at war, and see, people don't realize we never really wanted settlers in war. Even after slavery, we still took for granted. Even with this COVID-19, that's still been well planned, right? But in my mind, I feel like a lot of us don't realize with war, you need money. And sometimes you got to do underground. Above ground, you can have a whole nother phase. Underground is different. I don't see people practicing conflict management like these organizations because they ain't just sprawl their hand. I'm like, damn, how they get so public? So for me, I'm like, I just feel like we as a people, you literally have to, like in the movement, there's always one person or a small group that really catapult into something real big, right? And it's what people believe, what they believe in, how true they feel you are, how bad they won't get behind you. But the thing about it is, I feel like people give themselves titles when they shouldn't. People say things when they shouldn't. You just supposed to do the work and it'll come to you, in my honest opinion. But I don't feel it's about a right and wrong question about that. I just feel when you look at the dynamics of things, the psychology and the brainwashing and the post-traumatic slave syndrome we deal with, we have to consider all that in this movement and then understand we can die. We can go to jail. So for me, I'm like, you do what you can do. You lay the groundwork and legwork out there like you're doing. You got people getting involved from everywhere trying to get involved. All you can do is just do you. But as for the funding, I surely promote the fact you should definitely. I'm surprised you don't have the link is in my. I'm surprised you.
That's the whole point that I'm making. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's just I feel that is the issue with us. Now I understand that there's people out here robbing our people, man. I understand that because I see it. And once again, it's not right. But at the same time, we can't throw everybody in that boat. We can't throw everybody in that negative light. You feel what I'm saying? We just can't do that. But all I'm saying is, just as well as you were speaking on titles, that stuff, the chain of command is there because there needs to be order. I don't care what organization you go to. There needs to be order and structure there. So that's the whole purpose of the titles. Now, we don't allow titles to go to our head, and we don't get big-headed. Well, I'm a general and I'm chairman. And we don't allow that to happen. But it's placed there for structure and order, because that is something that we as a nation don't have. We don't have structure. We don't have order. We don't have anything. But every time we have something going on or we trying to do something, other black folks always trying to pull it down or shame it. And what do I mean by that? When they go to that job tomorrow, they're gonna listen to manager. And we know this manager possibly shouldn't even be a manager. How'd you get the title of a manager when you're a horrible person and all? But when they go to the white man's job, they're gonna follow after what the manager says. They're gonna listen to their laws. They're gonna follow their chain of command. They're gonna follow their order. They're gonna follow it. But then when you got brothers who comes to an organization and brothers who's bringing forth order and a priesthood, now all of a sudden we question ourselves. We question ourselves again. And then we say, well, I don't think brothers should be doing this, and I don't think they should be doing that, and but we ain't questioning a white man when they got the same structure set up as well. They got the same structure set up as well. But at the same time, the titles, we don't never become prideful behind titles at all. Never become prideful from titles. But then you look at the NOI, the Nation of Islam. Who do you think supported Farrakhan? The community, the people supported him. See, and when I say that, you'll have people in the comment section say, oh, well, Farrakhan is this, and Farrakhan is that, Farrakhan is this. Quick to slander the man. But the bigger picture is that the community supports him. They support that man because they respect their leader. The American government, they support their president. They support their mayor. They have this set up for the funding to be able to get. So you mean it, brother, I'm going to tell you like this. I know a black mayor here in Minnesota that I grew up with and I know him personally, who didn't have the funding and didn't have the living situation he resides in until he became mayor. My question is, where do you think he received and got this money from? We gotta support leaders. We have to. If we do not support the leaders financially, all hell can, the work may not proceed and the work may not continue. Straight up, because things are expensive. And yeah, I hear what you said about we should have our own funding and funding together, our funds together. Yeah, that's fine and anything. But everybody.
I was talking about me. I was talking about how I think.
Okay.
I don't depend on nobody. My child put off my dollar. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, I don't push that. But I got to change the conversation. I see this where this conversation is going to chat. I'm surprised at some things people were saying, but I got to give people some clarity on what's going on. We're going to the 60s when you had Elijah Muhammad and Malcolm X and it inspired so many people on the Black Power side, the Black Panthers and what have you. Martin King with the student sit outs and whatever. I'm looking at people saying things. I'm just surprised. People saying ask straight questions. I'm asking straight questions. Y'all trying to compare, man. That's not right. Y'all saying little things. That's what we talking about right now. That's what we talking about right now. Ain't no one person built for this, bro. Everybody built for this. That's the problem right now. We think one-sided. And that's why I don't like doing this YouTube stuff. But I do because I love my people. I'm looking at y'all, I'm like, damn, man. Like, don't y'all hear what y'all saying? You think you mean to tell me it can't be, the movement can't be shared? One person, a small group, can't take care of the whole community. And then if one is down, one should come up. We know
That's
about
true.
We know about the 60s and 70s. Damn, y'all forgot about what Malcolm X did and how he spied with Elijah Muhammad first, how he spied all these black people. We forgot about what Martin King did, how he spied. I don't understand us, bro. We really think it's gonna be somebody just crown boom gonna be. No, it's not gonna be like that.
No,
It's gonna be different segments, eventually getting a stronghold and they coming together and really discussing, hey, this is what we got going on over here, this what got going over here, and we're gonna do it. We are really messed up. We really think, I don't know how straight y'all want to give my question. And I'm not going to put nobody above or less than anybody else. I'm just not doing it. I feel like what this brother have already done, have proven that he's fearless and he have an organization that's willing to go all the way. Is whether he's going to donate, participate, be a member, hate, or what have. That's the whole question.
I mean, and Brother Major, whether brothers and sisters donate or not, the work is going to continue. You know what I'm saying? The work is going to continue because we truly love our people. And we know that there's young children out here, there's brothers and sisters out here that is struggling and they're crying for help. And I say that because we are in the community and we see this.
Man, can somebody else do something, say something? But like I said, it's cool, man. It's cool. But anyway, next question. Moving forward, what's next?
What's next? Down in Minnesota, we're just keeping eyes on the Kimberly Potter trial. The jury have not came up with a decision yet on if they're going to convict her or not. So the jury basically was asking the judge that, what can happen if they don't come up with a decision? And the answer to that, it could either be a hung jury, or a mistrial. So, the community downtown Minneapolis right now, if she get found not guilty, Minnesota gonna go up in flames. So, that's just something that we paying attention to right now here in Minnesota. Also that winter giveaway that we got coming up for the community, for the people that's in need. And then January 7th, we're going back down to Brunswick, Georgia, to stand with the family of Ahmaud Arbery on behalf of, because it's the sentencing. The actual sentencing will be then on how much time they're actually getting. And we want a full sentence. We're asking for a full sentence, and that they are convicted of a full sentence. And they're going in for a very long time. So us and many other different organizations are all going down back to Brunswick, Georgia, to stand with the family of Ahmaud Arbery to make sure that justice is served completely. And then after that, we have firearm training down in Georgia as well, from the 15th to the 16th, with a very experienced trainer. And that's with the line of Judah Armed Forces. We're just gonna go down and do some training. We got some beginning training going on, and so much more. But other than that, that's all that we have for now. And then in like Juneteenth, the week of Juneteenth, we're going down. I think it's Mississippi. For the Devil's Punch Bowl. We're doing a historical event at the Devil's Punch Bowl.
What's that?
You might want to come to that, Major. You know what I'm saying?
Like Devil Punch Bowl. What is that?
You don't know the Devil's Punch Bowl?
No, I never heard that one. The Devil Punch Bowl? Why the devil gotta be in it? You gotta check that out.
Bro, research the African American history of the Devil's Punch Bowl. That'll be a study for you, brother. You'll see how cruel and how evil These people are, man. With how they did our children, our elders, and so much more.
I'm
Yep,
gonna
so
check that out. Say, man, you got to share all your information to the people. I don't have anything I can put into the description afterwards. I'm practically finished with all the questions I asked. There are people, and I don't see no questions. I see comments. I typically go through the comments, but there's a whole lot of comments. There is a whole lot. There's a back and forth here and there, and somebody said, "Look it up, man. It's just something. Look it up, man. It's just something else." And I'm saying, I definitely will check it out. Real talk. Somebody say, "Study, bro." I'm trying, man. Y'all must don't be watching behind. I be doing my live with the books I got. I'm well studied, but I don't know everything. Trust me. I can get on the levels. You know?
hey, none of us know it all, brother. We're learning every single day. So
Shoot, guess what? That will make that's how you learn by asking questions, you know. Other than that, man, I really don't have anything to say. There's a lot of comments. I don't know if you want to go to some of the comments or not, but I'm practically done with my questions. I think you did a great job. I kind of get a little pushback for hearing. That's how I do sometimes. Get a little pushback if I hear something to see how you respond. But y'all, a young organization, give y'all props for that. I know some of the behind the scenes stuff. Some questions I'm gonna ask you. I say, nah, I can talk you off scene, right? And what have you. But I just feel like it was necessary to come on the channel to let people know about you. Because I know y'all been on OC the great channel, y'all been in the media here and there, but I don't know if y'all seeing people. I tell people a lot of my people that I've been subscribed, I give out my business. If y'all don't know, I pass out MajorTV business card everywhere I'm at. I'm a truck driver. I give them to black people every day. So it's just not the people that just rocking me just on GP. The people that are convinced to look at my channel and subscribe and stuff like that. So I know me and OC Gray got some of the same followers, but I also be randomly meeting people giving my business card and what have you. But if there's no questions or nothing in the chat, if you don't want to go through anything in the chat, we can close out your last words and sentiments.
I mean, it's up to you. I don't mind. People got questions. You know, I don't mind answering a few questions.
I didn't see no questions. It's mainly comments and greetings. I want to thank, first and foremost, I know a lot of people greeted me. I want to thank everybody. Shalom, peace and blessings. Assalamu alaikum, hotel, and good day to everybody. I'm not gonna really try to ram it, shut everybody because there's so many comments, whatever. But I'm gonna just look at some things and see if the brother won't comment and whatnot. Leslie Smith, that's a girl. She came to a few times. My homie there. It's needed every community to speak, brother. Speak 400 years put and going to admit it can be done.
Most definitely. That's Sister Leslie. Hallelujah. Hallelujah, man. We got to do something. And Brother Major, my beloved brother, you better not quit, brother. I'm going to be at your door. You better not quit, brother. You better keep this YouTube going, brother, because we need more black media to be able to spread and share the message, brother, and also to show the community work that's being done. Brother, we cannot give up. Brother, we got to endure until the end, brother.
Brother, you got to realize, look, listen, I got a couple brothers in prison right now, literally raising kids that I send money to, right? I literally, I just don't want to talk about I want the vanity thing with me. But my thing is, bro, I've been in the movement. I could never stop. It's just I'm in it publicly, bro. I'm even looking at black media, how they work. It's competitive. And I'm like, ain't no in the world, everybody should be saying the same thing like white media. We don't do that. We don't. And we talk all that, be on code. I'm like, we are contradicting ourselves. We're not doing that. You have people that won't break the story first and they won't hold on. You know, I'm watching this. I'm watching the movement, just self-destruct. I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I'm watching people literally just disrespect you and step on you and don't even expect you to respond. And I'm watching the people like, yeah. They don't even see like, damn, this dude that just told me you're still, man, I'm dude, but you don't realize, bro, I'm from the streets. You know what I'm saying? I'm from New Orleans, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've been locked up. You know, it's a lot. I'm not used to. These Twitter gangsters and that gangsters kill me. I see guys literally never met. I didn't been in shootouts, fights with brothers, right? Beefing. We cool now. I watch sisters and brothers, they just cuss each other out and they hating each other forever. They don't want to talk, they mad. I'm like, damn, y'all can't sit down in the same room and try to discuss how to heal our community. That be my issues. Then I'm emotional, I'm passionate, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, that's all. But I'm not quick because people might hear like you been not quick, but it's like, man, that's
No, it's just that, brother. You have to deal with like-minded brothers and sisters.
I do.
That's it. Once
I
you
do.
once you once you learn to deal with like-minded brothers and sisters that's on one accord, everything else is gonna black out. You ain't gonna worry about nothing else because you're only focused on the mission, which is the community. And then now you're only dealing with like-minded brothers and sisters that's not bringing any of that drama, that animosity, or anything.
That is not that many. Almost listen, not that many. It's
Right.
not that many. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm in this movement, right? I've met so many sisters and brothers don't understand that don't understand money, don't understand and invest in none of that, just black power, what have you. But living in a cap society where they don't even know how to defend it, how to really deal with the system, and that bothers me because it's. I mean, I'm finding out later. I don't know this, I don't know that. I've been talking about financial literacy the whole year, and you mean tell me I'm just finding out this, that you don't, and it bothers me because we're too afraid to admit we don't know something. We don't, and I tell you, I told you about what I'm doing, all the things we have. While we was talking, I made a whole sale, so the whole dynasty. Well, I mean, before I came on live, I came late, right? I'm confident. I come out of the truck, I'm hustling, and I'm not doing it to just brag. I'm just saying that there is it's like some of the most essential things that we need. We don't understand, like the quality of our thinking, financial literacy, thinking long term. We keep talking about land, right? But do we understand real estate? Do we understand how this fake country, people like fake country, don't pay your bills, don't pay your rent, don't pay that car, no, you're gonna be stuck out. So to me, words have value when you say things you believe in.
See, and I'm glad you said that because I want to ask Major TV, you know, or I want to make a statement. Maybe if you have the knowledge on real estate, and if you probably know other brothers and sisters who have the knowledge on real estate, probably credit building, and many areas where the black community may lack at majority. I think that you should use your platform to have somebody come on here to start holding those type of lessons to teach our fellow brothers and
Being a
sisters
quoted
about
digitally,
real estate, about the importance of credit, how to remove things off their credit, and so much more. I truly believe, that you should use the platform for that because I agree with you. Our people don't understand real estate. They don't understand the land. They don't understand credit. They don't understand a lot of things in those areas because from kindergarten all the way up to high school, we're not actually taught about these things. They're not teaching it in their school systems. So I think that is something you should use your platform. Not trying to tell you what to do, but I
I
think that
did,
would be
I did it,
wise
I
to
did it,
have
I
somebody
did
on here
it,
to hold them classes. Yes, sir.
I did it, but I won't lie. When I did it, it was other things that people want to watch. I got very few views, and people want to hear about certain things, right? I never. It's like me and McCody did a real estate thing, right? We went through a whole real estate thing. I did break down budget plan. I did break down credit. I didn't go in detail. I wanted to do class, but as a stage, it's like now you say the my website, MajorTvLetsTalk.com. I'm about to do all that. I'm just one person. And I don't have that round so I can just call this person, how this person. It's not like that. You feel me? So I have to work in certain increments, but I have shared it with people, and people know what I push about financial literacy and empowerment. That's my two things. You know what I'm saying? I really push more than anything. Everything else is just what I add along the way. But we'll finish that. We can talk behind the scenes. Let's see. But life best said, so good to see Major. Your voice has been regularly missed. Much love, appreciation for you all. The powerful on relevant message that you bring to the channel. Thank you, Black Power. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Trying to there's a bunch of greetings, but I was looking for statements. The event, eloquence, no shade, but all fact. When it comes to Jay, didn't took himself granted. Certainly has no master. Just Jones at the end of the beginning. I didn't mean to pull that comment up because this caused a lot of controversy, so I'm gonna comment on that. And this says his brother I forgot Desert Eagle that was with Jim J. In fact, so I don't want to comment on that. Jim J. one in fact is bigger, as he said. Even he's fell another rise, and frat night is not over yet. Okay, cool. There's a lot of controversy going in the comments because of Divine and Millie Big. You know, they say some things about Jim J. And it started a whirlwind of back and forth and what have you. So
You know what and you know, just my comment on that is you know, I feel that we as a black nation should start, what I don't know what people may call it, but you know how we address it is praying, man. Just pray for your fellow brothers and sisters. Um, wishing the best for them. But I truly feel that getting on social media to tear down each other, tear down our brothers and sisters over social media platforms, is no different than the white man infiltrating anything that we have going on. And it also is giving them, ammunition against us as a black nation because they like seeing us divided as it is. So, as I would say, we give all, we'll pray for our beloved brother, Grandmaster Jay, and we wish him well and all brothers that is in the struggle, that is fighting for the people. But we must stop saying ill will things towards our brothers on black media and social media platforms, period, to tear down, any of our beloved brothers and sisters. All right. So that's just my take on that, because when we continue to do this, the enemy got their glass of wine with their feet kicked up and they saying, yep, we got them right where we want them. Divided, separated, and at war with each other and with themselves. And it's the point that this is YouTube. So everybody's seeing this. And you best to believe you got some of the oppressors on your channel watching right now. They tuning in, they watching.
Well, I believe we give too much power to them. I think it's us. See, before you can get to the enemy, you got to deal with us. Yeah, they're doing their thing, but we are doing things. And see, too many times we don't look at what we do. We know what they're doing. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna give you some game. I hope everybody listens. I said it before. And see, that's what makes me mad when people tell me these so-called organizations that's black. I'm gonna say black-owned groups. There's a book called Art of War, Sun Tzu. There's a book called 30 Strategies of War, Robert Greene.
I know that. Yeah.
Check this out here. A lot of these guys talk too much. They have a lot of rah-rah when they're the underdog, right? And at the same time, no real answer. No real. It's more of wanting to do something, trying to bring people together, but speaking publicly where the enemy can hear, and then the enemy back door, boom, and there's no answer. And my thing is this: it's not the enemy you have to worry about; it's the people close to you. I know you taught scripture. Solomon said, "Issues of life is in the heart."
No, so, I agree with you.
Family, organization, and we don't realize it's not the enemy; it's people. It's your people you have to worry about that's close that you're sharing these things or what have you too. So for me, I'm like, we already know what they will do. But there's people around that's quiet that we don't know when they get mad, they running their mouth. They going on social media. They this, they that. So for me personally, I look at most of our people, not them. I already know what's up with them. I know their mindset, how they come as our people that was smiling on our face. Because guess what? I want your position. I want what you got. That's no more in the hood. They rob other drug dealers and rob other people's money because they want what they got. That's saying the movement. A lot of times these brothers beefing over the fact that since you're the new kid in the block, you getting the attention, we're gonna go after him. We can't let him get all this. That's all that is. And I just feel like even though we know that's from the enemy brainwashing us, but it exists. And that's my concern. Because I'm not worried about them. I already know this system is set up for us to win and for them to lose. Point blank. And it did it in so many ways, but mainly attacking us mentally. Because you know the physical change gone, it's a mental change. So if you got a person mentally changed, imagine how they are spiritually. When they say they think they're spiritual, but they really brainwashed. You know, so yeah.
Most
So
definitely.
yeah, I let this energy out, bro, because people like I just started talking. People like I don't care. All I did over 100, 700 some videos. People really think I don't know nothing because I haven't been in the spotlight. I'll be damn, I'll be in the spotlight because I see what they're doing. Other sisters and brothers.
I mean, you know, and we
and I'm a damn fool.
but we know, brother, you know, that our ancestors have warned us. And our ancestors said, you know, blessed is you when man shall persecute you and cast your name out as evil. We already know it's been written thousands of years ago. So, you know, we as leaders that is going through it today, that have that understanding, the only way we can go about that is always focus on the bigger picture, because that's going to come with the territory. That's just what it is. It's already in the scrolls. It's already in the ancient chronicles. That's just what it is. That comes with the territory. See, you know, and one thing is this, within the black community, everybody, you know, when the black community, you got somebody that steps up, that truly wholeheartedly loves the people in the community. They're an agent. They're an agent. That's the mindset we have.
Because we've been programmed.
Yeah, that's the mindset we have. Oh, he gotta be an agent. But hold on. The question is this: I can put $100 now down to anybody who have possibly stated someone to be an agent, that if they personally reached out to that individual, spoke to that individual, or ever even met that individual a day in their life, for them to even make a claim of anyone being an agent, I bet you they never spoke to that person a day in their life, been around that person a day in their life, or met that person a day in their life. So, but at the same time, our people could be so quick to call brothers or sisters agents. So, I mean, that comes with the territory. But the thing is this: continue to do the work.
All right, brother. That's what's up. I appreciate you, man. So I want.
So when I look up, I need to see Major TV tomorrow. I gotta see what you got on tomorrow.
look, go to my website, MajorTvLetsTalk. I drop news articles every once in a while. I alert people what's going on my email campaign. So you know, you gotta go to my website sometimes. This YouTube stuff cool. It was a white platform. I gotta go to a black platform every once in a while. Check me out, see what's going on. I want to thank you for coming on, brother. You're welcome to come on again. When y'all come out of Atlanta, I'll be out there filming, interview again, what have you. Y'all know what I do. I pull up. I just don't sit behind this laptop, my phone, my iPad, or my desktop. I really go do the work. So I want to thank you again, bro. In the last words, if you have anything that you want to say for donations, if you want to send me something for the description, you can do that. Your email is already and I'm gonna put it again in the chat. Y'all listen to the brother and let the brother know. I mean, y'all listen to him and support the brother,
Well, I just want to say, my beloved brothers and sisters, shalom, assalamu alaikum, hotep, peace and blessings, mbote sando nini, to all my brothers and sisters on the continent of Mizraim in Africa, Alkabulan. And I just want to put the message out there to my brothers and sisters, man. Let's stop giving the enemy what they want, man, and let's start dealing with each other properly, decent, in order. Whenever we have issues amongst each other or towards each other, let's find a way to reach out to that individual personally, you know, that individual personally to be able to reason, break bread, or whatever, to work out any problems or issues we may have as brothers and sisters. Okay. Because the social media, the slander, the gossip, and all that stuff is just more ammunition that we're giving to the oppressor. So I just want my brothers and sisters to know that it's going to start there first, to remove the gossip, to remove the slander, to remove the leavening off of our mouths. Because as our great Messiah have said, that ye without sin cast the first stone. So many brothers and sisters can't sit up here and say that they ain't living in sin or living in filth or is completely perfect walking this life. So my brothers and sisters, always love your fellow brother and your fellow sister, and be patient with your fellow brother and your sisters. All right, because they are all out here sick and caught and lost in the ways in this matrix under the white man's oppression and the white man's deception. So we must remember that we got to be patient with each other, man. We got to be patient, and we got to love each other. Love self, love each other. Growth, unity is the key. Where there's people, there's power. Love y'all, black men. Love y'all, sisters. All power to the people.
Power to the people, bro. Love it too, family. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to thank everybody that tuned. I apologize for my rant, but I'm looking at comments and I disagree with a lot of them comments. Cause we don't see nobody, you know what I'm saying? We just see who we want to see, and I have a problem with that. So if you think I'm hating, you think that I'm acting a certain kind of way, I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna let you do me that. Too many times I took on the chin. Too many times I accept a lot of things that happened to me, and nobody has spoken my defense. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? And I had to suck all that up. But when I do say, well, I disagree with that, or I express myself, people have a problem with that. You know, but I'm gonna make a phone call as soon as it's over with. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm deep too. You know, but it's hard talking deep with people when we can't get past some of the basic stuff. You know, and for me, it's like, man, I don't care about this. I don't care about it to that point. I care about those who really want to grow and build. I know I can learn from you. You may can learn from me and what have you. But that's who I am. Y'all know how I go on my rants. Y'all know how I get sometimes because I feel like even though I'm constantly being advised, I'm gonna get a verbal action for going off like I did, but I just gonna get our people. You know, brother was like, man, you can't quit. Man, this is not fun. This is not fun at all. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what nobody says it's not fun. But I do it because I love the people. I know how much I've invested time, money, energy, and what I've been trying to do. I've been revealing stuff, I've been showing stuff and what have you. And I'm gonna keep doing it. But I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it the way I do it, you know. And I know people won't like it. Some people will stop even dealing with me. And that's cool. My circle's small anyway, so if it getting this smaller, hey, it's me and the most high, whoever around me. But I'm not tripping. I understand what happened tonight. It was one of them days where I just felt like I'm just trying to get something out there. There's a new organization out here that's putting up doing things. And if people want to support them, want to be there, want to support them, join them, or donate, that's their prerogative. If people feel like you want to be with Impact, that's your prerogative. If you want to be with both, that's your prerogative. My thing, I'm tired of the division. Like I told you, my channel started to bring people together. When I got off my butt and when bought a flight, flew out there last year, my people, and when we went film, in fact, I wanted the world to see. I didn't know if I gonna get all the following or what have you, but I wanted people to see. I wanted one by one, day by day. Nobody wasn't giving me no money like that. It was all my money. I wasn't complaining. When Jim said, "Man, come on, man, you come on," I can't. I ain't not getting no money for that. You know what I'm saying? And it got to the point where people would really put me in the box. But damn, Major don't know nothing. Major just, you know what I'm saying? Like I can't sit on the outside talking about, you know, that, and that's not me. So for me, I'm focused on doing the work. I said I'm black me, and that's what I'm gonna represent. So I'm covering everything. I can't cover everything, but I try. You know what I'm saying? Um, so for me, and then I seen what was going on in the chat on Millie Bay. I seen what's going on with Divine, and I heard about y'all saying Desert Eagle, but I'm like, we don't even get to give people that attention. Just like I'm guilty of rant, y'all guilty of entertaining some of these people. Like, You know what I'm saying? People can disagree. People can have a feeling about whatever. At the end of the day, if we really about helping each other, we really care about each other. I was just trying to share what the brother had done. I watched this brother go to Brownsville. I watched this brother in Minnesota. I shared all that on my own platform. I was writing about up until I got in communication with him. I want people to understand that we have people out here. When one person can't do the job, we got someone else doing. We should be happy for that. Them bro was hollering in front of Heineken. I forgot the name. The courthouse, Minnesota. An eye for eye, a tooth for tooth, a limb for limb, life for life. Black Power. Say his name, Dante. Right? That's deep, y'all. I mean, how deep you? I mean, damn. You know what I'm saying? We say we want help. When we get help, we whine about, well, this is happening. This and I'm like, we're contradicting ourselves, and I'm getting frustrated. Like, damn, I do, damn, I don't. I'm put in the box. I have my own brain. I pay my own bills. I started in a truck doing this because I didn't like what was going on. What I didn't see. I told you I started the conversation. I started trying to push the conversation further to go where places people wasn't going. A lot of people was doing this on their laptops, their phones, their computer. They wasn't getting off their butt and going places. And a lot of them were trying to get people to worship them. I don't want nobody to worship me. That's why I created a whole YouTube, a whole black media platform, MajorTvLetsTalk.com. God, I'm covering everything I talk about. The things y'all talk about, the things we talk about in our community. But I'm not coming to the game to outdo nobody, compete. I tell everybody, I have no competition because I'm my own competition. Y'all have to realize I'm doing something a lot of people can't do. That's drive trucks full time. Online business. I made money when I got the truck. I made money. Turn around, worked out. Then come to the live within minutes, man, of Bop Live. This how my life is busy. For me, just for me to squeeze what I do. I don't even ask for the respect. You know what I'm saying? Do I demand? I don't even ask for. I expect sometimes people not understand. I expect sometimes people not understand my passion or maybe getting emotion. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? We too non-emotional. We too disconnected. I'm not. I'm sincere in what I do. And it hurt me sometimes I can't even speak the way I want to speak because I'm going to hurt some people's feelings. I can't expose lies because I'm talking too much on YouTube. I gotta put a mask on, protect the mood and protect some people, protect us. When I see things, I hear things, I'm all in the mix and don't even say, I just be like, okay. That's why when people talk, oh, I'm so spiritual, I'm this, that, but why you don't see what's going on? Why you keep falling the same trap? Like I said, I've been doing this over a year. And now I'm watching the literacy in our community as far as investing, financial literacy, making moves. I had people, we need to do this, we need to do that. Why are you not doing it? That's why I'm not going to say anything I'm not going to be doing right now. You know, so for me, it's like I'm looking, I'm seeing it, and I'm like, damn. You know, and only I'm trying to do right now is withstand the rain of knowing that in our community, there's going to be the back and forth. I have people looking, oh, we ain't gonna never unite. I don't never speak like that. But I know at times there are things that's going on that right now we can't even speak about. What you got to do, we got to do and stay focused on the bottom line. That's help healing our people. Helping heal our people. But again, I want to thank this brother for coming on. National President Nasiy Nasir.
Missouri is a state in the Midwest.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I want to thank National President from the Lions, Jude Armed Forces for coming on. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, like and share the video, sorry for the rant, but I have my moments, and I've been advised over and over again to just chill out and cool down, but sometimes it just come out, because people don't know what you're going through. People don't know how you're feeling. Don't know how heavy this movement is. And sometimes I see certain things, and some people I don't expect certain things, and I see it like, wow, where it's coming from. But in the end, what I'm saying, I'm grateful for having people to really just come on and just support the genre and support what I'm doing and support those also that's in the movement doing something righteous for the people. Again, I'm sorry I couldn't go through all the comments. There was some controversy with other people coming there. I don't think it was too over the top, even though I heard some things said about Jim J, but I just wanted people to realize that sometimes, when things happen like that, just give it no energy. None at all. But I thank everybody. See you in the comment. Y'all know I have nothing but love for y'all. But we have to ride this one out. I'll just catch y'all on the next one. And we probably can chop it up more. But hey, thank y'all so much for everything. So y'all stay focused, stay on code, just be black. Peace.
To the people, the power is the people. They power in your ego. We power in this evil. It's power in this music. Got power and I use it like I'm a superhero. We really need a leader. Power to the people. The power is the people. They power in your ego. We power in this evil. It's power in this music. Got power and I use it like I'm a superhero. We really need a leader. Wish we could see that we hurting ourselves. Hate to see each other excel. Looking like crabs in the barrel. Wanna gossip, wanna judge. What if we all just unified and put all our differences aside to preserve our way of life and be black and keep our pride and be kings under God and speak words that are wise and don't glorify things that took our fucking people lives. We've been oppressed so long, we feeding on our own, disconnected from our people, stuck in zombie mode. Children of the lost tribes, just go back to Israel. They say I'm trivial, but I swear it's biblical. We need to come together, not only at funeral. I'm so tired of fucking funeral. Power to the people.